What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with another reaction video. Are women making it harder for men to date them? Now, before we get into the video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you like the content. Also share and like the videos and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Part of that is a lie. We don't want selfish women. We want women to court us just like we court them. So no, that's a lie. That's a
woman to court you. You want a woman
absolutely.
to court you.
It's not a one-way street. It's not a one-way street.
So if you get the woman of your dreams, she's a perfect 10. Whatever your idea of a perfect 10 is in your eyes, you would want her to court you when you meet this perfect 10. Your perfect 10.
Nobody's perfect. What's a 10?
No, but I'm saying your idea of a perfect 10. Just your idea of a perfect 10.
Ask the question again.
So when you meet your idea of a perfect 10, your idea, your standard of a perfect 10, you will want her to court you.
Yeah. As I would court her. Absolutely.
All that means is men want reciprocation. They want a woman who's going to put as much into the relationship as they are going to put into the relationship. You know, I think women have this idea, and they've been stuck in this idea that men's supposed to be obsessed with them, and men are just supposed to go above and beyond to, you know, treat them like royalty, and they don't have to do anything in return. Men are saying, hey, you're expecting us to bring the money. You want us to be tall. You want us to have all of these qualities, but we want something from you as well. Men are waking up and men are saying, nah, we don't want to do that. When they say courting, that means, hey, listen, you want me to take you out. You expect the man to pay for all the meals and the dates and all of that. Well, it would be nice if, because you can work and you do make money, that you can take him out and pay for the date. Maybe you guys can split it. But a lot of women aren't trying to hear that. So I think that's what he means when he said that, and I don't think anything is wrong with it, but let's continue.
See, the problem what happened is women have started to complain about chain restaurants. That messed the whole game up. That messed it up. When women started to complain about little stuff like that, it made it hard for a lot of y'all, because there's nothing wrong with chain restaurants, Chili's, Cheesecake Factory. They're making it too hard. So men are like, you know, you had a beautiful woman just a few minutes ago. Men don't approach her because y'all acting scared. Oh my God, you frighten me. I'm like, well, I'm trying to get to know you. That's a problem. So men are saying, you know what? Since there's less of us, we're the prize now. Since there's less of us and more of y'all gonna have to start approaching us. Because, yeah.
Wow. So why not date the girls who are at Chili's, who are at Cheesecake Factory, who are at Red Lobsters? Why not date those girls who are at the bar? They frequent it. They're there all the time. Forget the internet girlies. Why not date those women who are there at the bar?
What's an internet girl?
The girls on the internet saying they want fine dining, they want Michelin star, and they want to be courted. Forget them. Why not go to those restaurants? You see those women at the bar and date them.
She's kind of being a little bit disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, making a distinction between women. He didn't say he want a woman who's at Red Lobster or just all the women who frequent those places. He's saying women are making it harder with their unrealistic expectations. See, the thing is, there shouldn't be anything wrong with Red Lobster or Cheesecake Factory or any of those places. The problem is women think that they're beyond men in general. Women think that because they can make some money, because they have a degree, that they're special and they're better than men, period. They think that because they choose to spend their money on the most expensive meals, most expensive clothes, most expensive shoes, most expensive wigs, most expensive makeup, most expensive everything, that they are somehow a high quality woman, and men should cater to that, and men should give them the lifestyle that they give to themselves. So if they spend absorbent amounts of money on themselves, they think that you should too. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think they should. If you have created a lifestyle for yourself that you're comfortable with, that's the lifestyle that you should pay for. It doesn't mean that when you meet a man, that should be his main obligation, is to come in and take on your lifestyle and continue to spend all his money on you, and he gets nothing in return, because you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean for him, you don't want to cater to him, you don't want to acknowledge him. Half of them don't even want to respect the man because you don't think you need him. The attitude of most modern women is why men are not approaching, because your attitude is like, well, if you can't take care of me, and if you can't provide a lifestyle, if you can't pay money for me, then the next man will. So you don't even care about the relationship enough. There's no loyalty or commitment or anything towards a man. So what incentives do you think men have to keep running behind y'all and wanting to date y'all? The problem is that a lot of these women are unrealistic in their thinking, because they spend a lot of money and they think that they're special and they want you to do it. And if you can't, oh, well, just go get you a woman at the Red Lobster and pick her up. No, there are lots of beautiful, attractive, fit, feminine women who wouldn't mind going to the Cheesecake Factory. Let's keep it real. It's the bougie ones who aren't that attractive, who are always the ones looking for more and are struggling to get it. There are women out here who would be open to STK, Red Lobster, Cheesecake Factory. They don't care, because they're not putting their value and their worth on how much something costs and where it comes from. You know what I mean? And I think these women who are doing that are doing themselves an injustice. Let's continue.
I don't meet women at a restaurant. I'm just saying, when you suggest those type of places, the women will make a video and try to embarrass the guy and this and that and the third. That's no good.
But I think what it is people are just not dating the people who are on their level. I think that's just what it is. So there are women in the world who don't mind going to Red Lobsters, who don't mind going to Chili's. But you may want the girl, or somebody may want the guy who's a 10, who has a nice body, who they like, or who they see as their dream person.
And that person wouldn't be on a certain
standard.
Okay, what woman wouldn't be on another man's level? Is that money? What is that? Or is that looks? What is that?
Well, that looks different from men and women. So again, I'm saying, if you're saying, you know what, women are complaining about being taken to Chili's or Red Lobsters, that means you want to date the girls who don't want to go there. But I'm saying there are a group of women, a demographic of women who want to go to Chili's, who want to go to Red Lobsters and Cheesecake Factory and won't complain about it. But that's not who you want to date. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that. But usually you find out, in retrospect, you find out later. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's one of the problems.
Yeah, of course it's one of the problems, because these women are making an equivalence to how much you spend on things to your value. They're connecting their value to how much money they spend on themselves, which is a horrible thing to do. That does not appease men. The only men that having that type of mindset appease is a man who wants to hit it and quit it. He's not taking you seriously. He gonna take you and get you that bag you want because he can afford it to a degree. They're not gonna spend a whole lot on you. They're gonna get you some of that stuff here and there anytime they want to hit it. If they like you enough and they like your body and you willing to give it to him, yeah, he'll give you a few things and that's that. But it's never gonna lead to anything serious because he knows what you're about. And a lot of these men understand, listen, that these women are clout chasers, that they're scammers, and that they're gold diggers. These men know that. These men are aware of this. So it's not really getting you anywhere. You can get a collection of bags from a man or shoes or clothes, whatever you're getting. And that's about all you're going to get. And is that what you're worth? Do you feel like you're worth that? I mean, this is the problem with relationships in modern women. They don't get it. And they think that this is where it's at. All this stuff is an illusion. I really want young women to understand, do not fall for this. You have some morals and values about yourself. Carry yourself in a respectable manner. Have standards. Don't allow anybody to disrespect you or treat you horribly, but you also must give respect as well. And if you are a type of person where you're respectable, you respect others, you love yourself, and you love others and respect others, and you carry yourself in a proper way, and you know what your worth is, you know that you want to be treated well and you're to be respected, that's what's most important. Not about how much money you spend on a restaurant and how much you spend on your clothes and how much you spend on your shoes. That's ridiculous. People are going to realize how ridiculous it is when they don't get the outcomes that they think and feel and believe that they deserve. And so, listen, I'm going to leave it here though. I want to get y'all thoughts on this video because I thought this was interesting. And I think a lot of these women think like this. This is why the most educated women are single, because they get their educations and it goes to their heads and they start thinking that they're the best thing since sliced bread when they don't know how to communicate with people. They're nasty and mean. They don't have respect for men. They think that they're better than most men. They don't have any regard for you. All they care about is themselves. And when you have that type of mindset, it's going to yield you single, because in order to be in a successful relationship, you have to think of others. And if you're selfish and self-absorbed and it's all about you, then that's why you end up by yourself, because that's too stressful for people to deal with. So listen, I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all chime in. What are your thoughts on this particular video? I want to hear from you. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.